Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. Another big exciting day in my kitchen. Where are we going? What are we making? I'm thinking today we're going to go to Bavaria. Actually, not Bavaria, but we're going to have some influence from Bavaria. We're going to go to northern Italy. We're going to make a Bavarian yogurt cream. Yes, please, yum, with, how can I turn that up? I'm going to add pears to it, I'm going to add lime to it, and I'm going to add some roasted walnuts for texture and deliciousness. Man, this recipe is easy and it's fun and it's fast. It's light, it's delicate. All right, what do you say? Let's go over ingredients. Let's start having some fun. First thing you're going to need is some yogurt. So I use a Fage. I'm going to use a really high fat content yogurt. That to me is the best yogurt you get out there. It's a Greek yogurt. We're going to do 3/4 cup of plain high fat content yogurt. Now remember, we're making Bavarian cream, not really. Bavarian cream is kind of a custard with eggs, but this is a play off of Bavarian cream with yogurt. You will need 3/4 cup of whipping cream, so a really high fat content cream. Now guys, this is a dolce, so it's sweet and delicious dessert, right? So we're gonna need to add some sweetener, so we're gonna add honey here. So I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons. I like it a little sweeter, so I'm gonna add maybe about 4 tablespoons of a beautiful raw unfiltered honey. I need vanilla. Remember, it's Bavarian. Oh, I love vanilla. So we're gonna add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. I remember being a kid, you know, and taking my first flavor of vanilla thinking it was gonna be great. It wasn't. Kind of like egg whites that aren't sweetened. Not so good. You're gonna need 1 packet of gelatin to help set this up, and we'll dissolve that in a 1/4 cup of spring water. We're gonna add 1/2 cup of walnuts. Now guys, the name in the marquee, the big kahuna here, right, the big actor in the play here is gonna be our pears. So I'm gonna do 4 pears, medium size, and we're going to need to puree these and then prep them, and again we'll get into that in a minute. We're going to need to add some sunshine. It's going to brighten the palate, it lightens it up, it makes it crispier on the tongue, if that makes sense. So I'm going to use a lime, and we're going to want 1 whole lime. We're going to use the zest of the entire lime and the juice of the entire lime. Now anybody watching our show is going, Joe, dolce, hello, nutmeg, hello, yes. So we're gonna add some nutmeg, 1/16 teaspoon to 1/8, and we're gonna do a couple of rubs down that grater just to give you a little bit of a light dusting, and that's gonna add such a beautiful earthy, spicy flavor to it. I know you're thinking, Joe, doesn't olive oil go in this recipe? It should, right? Because it's so delicious, and you own a farm that makes olive oil, and you co-op with a whole group of farms to bring us olive oil. Oh my gosh, you're absolutely right, I do. So listen, I've got a company, Vito and Joe's, right after my 2 sons. And if you hit the link below in the description, or my Facebook, my Instagram page, or web page, just click buy it now. We'll send you a few bottles of Vito and Joe's. We sell it in a larger bottle, smaller bottle. It's grassy, earthy, peppery, absolutely delicious. Love to drop ship it right to your front doorstep. I always think of it as taking a trip to Italy right in a bottle. Joe, you're done yet? No, I'm not done yet. I'm almost done. I'm almost there. Listen, we got to do some ramekins here. So I've got, figure 5 or 6 ramekins. You'll need a couple of bowls, one for the puree and one of them for the whipped cream. Today I'm going to go with my food processor, one of my favorite tools in the kitchen. I get nothing for saying this, but I do love that Breville. You're going to need Frank Sinatra playing, always comes out better, and you're going to need some willing participants that like dessert. And today's a big day because I'm an affiliate for Sardell Pots and Pans, made in Italy near Milan, and we're using one of our pans of virgin. You know, you hate to use something for the first time. It's so beautiful, and their pans are so gorgeous. You hate to do it, but it's time. I got to use it. And last, you're probably thinking, how do I get more of Cooking Italian with Joe in your life? I'd like you to have more Cooking Italian with Joe in your life. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell, be part of the family, have some fun. Anything we got going on will come right to your notification box. And like I tell you guys every week, it means the world to me when you subscribe to the channel. All right, guys, enough chatting. Let's get cooking. First thing, guys, we're going to take our, oh my God, our virgin pan. I hate to do it. It's so beautiful. We're going to take our Sardell pan. We're going to take our packet of gelatin. I know what you're thinking. Boy, I'd love to get one of those pans. Just hit the description below. There's a link right to their site. Oh, we're going to put our water in. We're going to dissolve. And guys, what you're going to look for is clarity of the water. So what will happen is when you put your gelatin in, it's kind of cloudy and it's granular. And just heat it up warm, and you're going to see the cloudiness kind of goes away for a minute. It starts to get clear, and then you're going to see everything dissolves. Okay, our gelatin's dissolved. Just shut the heat off. You can leave it right there, guys, and we're going to use that in a few minutes. Next, guys, we have to prep our pears here. So what we want to do is we want to peel them, and then we want to just de-seed them, okay? So just get a peeler, You're gonna pull them across. And now guys, what I'll do is I'll cut this right in half. Take the top off, check your bottom and just clean that bottom out. The easiest way I find to clean them is rather than try to scoop it, just cut it one more time and then you can see the heart right here. So then just take your knife and come down, and whether you gotta angle it or not, you're just gonna pull the heart, if you will, the seed out. There you go. I'm gonna do that to all the pears and I'll talk to you guys in a couple minutes. Pears are done, guys. To make life easy, I'm gonna throw everything in a bowl. Now I've got my food processor and I'm gonna put all my pears right in my food processor. I'm gonna get the zest of my lime. Now I want the juice of the entire lime. Now we're gonna make a puree out of this mixture. And I wanna make sure I go down to a nice, gentle, kind of like an applesauce. Now before I hit it one more pulse here, I wanna add my sweetener here, so I'm gonna add my honey. I'm gonna hold back just a little bit, like maybe a half of a teaspoon of the honey. Now we're gonna give it about a 10 to 15 second pulse. Now guys, when we plate it, we're gonna use a little bit of the pear puree just to make it beautiful. So grab a couple of tablespoons of our pear applesauce. We're gonna use that when we plate it. Now we're gonna add our vanilla, our yogurt. Now we're gonna add our nutmeg. Now guys, we're gonna take our gelatin and add that last bit of gelatin. Here guys, we're gonna go just a couple of 5 to 10 second pulses. All we're looking to do now is mix it. Take your pear puree with the yogurt, and we're gonna put that right in the bowl. Oh, that is good. I'll tell you, the aroma of that, you can get the lime, the yogurt, pear, maybe a breath of that nutmeg. You can almost smell the sweetness of the honey. Now guys, I'm gonna set the pear puree aside. Now I'm taking my 3/4 of a cup of heavy cream. And simple guys, what I wanna do is I wanna whip this up till it's soft peaks. So get it till it's got a little bit of structure, maybe a minute and a half to 3 minutes. Spent about a minute and a half. Now I'm gonna add that little bit of honey that I had left over. Give it a nice gentle stir, get the honey incorporated, and then go back to whipping. We're at soft peaks right there. Slide over your bowl with your pear puree. That's not easy to say. And say that 3 times really fast. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold in our whipped cream. So take the whipped cream we just made, put the whole mix of it right in there. We don't wanna mix it or stir it in. I'm gonna take it from the bottom and just turn it, and we're only gonna do it maybe about 20 times. And as soon as you stop seeing streaks of whipped cream in there, you're done. Our mixture's set. I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside for a minute. Guys, I wanna prep my ramekin, so I'm gonna grab some Vito and Joe's olive oil, put maybe a tablespoon or more in one, rub it all the way around the ramekin, and then when you're done, pour it in the next one. Go ramekin, ramekin. Grab a ladle, grab my mixture now, put it in each one of my ramekins. Just smooth out the tops a little bit. That's gonna be the bottom. We need to find a nice home for them in the refrigerator. Cover them with saran wrap or a top. You could just take a cookie sheet, you know, and put it over the top of these. That would be great. And we gotta let them set for a good few hours. So in most cases, 2 to 3 hours will be okay. Overnight would be ideal, but you start getting over 3, 4, 5 hours, you're gonna be in pretty good shape. Now we're not done yet, guys. We're gonna put these in the refrigerator. We gotta get our walnuts roasted, chopped, ready to go. And then as always, our favorite time, I'm just saying, it's gotta be taste time. Somebody's gotta do it. It's a tough life. Easiest way to do the walnuts, guys, is just get a cast iron pan, low heat, spread the walnuts 1 layer thick. And we're looking for them just to get brown. It doesn't take long at all. See how they're starting to get brown? That's it. That's all I want. Turn the heat off. Just let them set aside, stir them up a bit, put them off to the side, and just let them cool. Now that the walnuts have cooled, guys, I'm gonna put them right on my chop block here. You see how a couple of them just have that dark, beautiful roasted flavor. I wanna cut these up a little bit here and prep them for sprinkling them on top of our Bavarian cream. Take each one, and I'm looking for a little grind like that. I want enough there to give me some texture and some flavor. Walnuts are chopped up, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in my bowl. Favorite time, guys, taste time. So it's been a few hours, so there is my Bavarian yogurt cream. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab myself just a small little knife and simply put, you can already see it separating. I'm gonna do a little bit of a spin. Now, if for some reason that doesn't work, grab a bowl, fill it with hot water, then you would let that set for a few moments, and just literally 15, 30 seconds, it'll melt around the outside, and then you can flip it. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my plate, my Bavarian cream, I'm gonna set it right there. I'm gonna take about a half of a tablespoon of my pear puree, that's tough to say. I'm gonna put it right on the side. Grab some of my walnuts, a couple on the outside. How delicious is that, guys? So I'm gonna go ahead and just kick right in here. I want a couple of those walnuts. I'm gonna go ahead and see that. Look at how gorgeous that is. Just perfect. I wanna get a little bit of that puree right on the side. Oh, that looks good. Perfect bite. What I wanna do here is just grab some of the walnuts, a little bit of that puree. See how creamy and delicious that is? You guys ready? Open up. Here we go. Oh, I wish I could do it for you. Oh yeah, you can get a little bit of the vanilla, the cream, the roasted walnuts, the pear. You know what, guys? It's delicate, it's creamy, and the walnuts they just kick it. You get that puree off to the side, and the walnuts just bring it to another level. Love the flavor of the yogurt because it gives it that, just a little bit of a tang. Pear, you get the cream from the yogurt, you get the whipped cream from the heavy cream, you get the honey, you get a little bit of the nutmeg, and I love that pear. It's so light, and it adds that, just that delicious flavor to the cream. You know what's great? You get a little bit of that lime. It just gives you that light clarity, almost like you're getting a little sorbet. So good, guys. Hey, thanks for taking a trip to Bavaria with me today. Wasn't that great? Remember, guys, hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Certainly hit that notification bell. That way you'll share our videos with other people, and it makes you part of the family. Also, visit us on our webpage or in the description below, our Facebook page or Instagram. Grab you and your family a few bottles of Vito and Joe's extra virgin Italian olive oil. Love to drop ship it right to your front doorstep. Certainly a trip to Italy right in a bottle. And last but not least, guys, and one of the reasons I'm always so honored and love to come to your kitchen and invite you into my kitchen is, you know, once a week, once a month, get around the table with your family, tell stories, and you know what you're going to do? You're going to celebrate your heritage, whatever that might be. But more important than that, guys, you're going to set traditions of love every week with you and your family. They're going to last your lifetime. I know they did for me. Hey, guys, from my kitchen to yours, until next week, mwah, buon appetito.